You don't like it? There's literally no calculations out there. You want to rest my foot? I get to have Tyler Perry's jet.
How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Hey, boom. Let's see this, bro. Yo. Let's see this, bro. Boom. Okay, boom. Yeah. Let's hop in it. Christianity has the problem. It's always some of the pastors, bro. Like, oh my day, what the heck? Prosperity teaching and these false teachers and stuff.
He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
Oh. Private jet.
You can't have that jet. I got it. Yeah. Let me make you real mad. Got 2 of them.
Why the hell do you need 2 jets? That's one question. Why do you need 2 jets?
Need a $54 million private jet.
We're not doing any kind of interviews right now. I'm in the book.
I just like to know why you need keep your hands off me.
See that go? See on them shoes? Get a shot of this, boys. Get close. Come on, man. Like I paid a fortune for them things. Suck in there, man. See that go?
Do you think... Wait, how much was that?
Like I paid a...
Then they say Bible literally says you gotta be humble. What do you need that for? You don't even need those shoes.
Fortune for them things. Suck in there, man. See that go?
Do you think you've used the Lord's word to profit? Like grocery?
Yes.
Do you think you distorted the Lord's word to make money? Whoa.
Close the doors for me for a quick moment. I want everybody to remain standing quickly. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. It costs to sit up here. Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Now, before I get started on this video, I want to make one thing clear. This video is not an attack on Christianity itself. It's more like an investigation of what happens when accountability disappears. When spiritual...
This is the type of preachers Jesus was even warning about. False prophets and shit. Oh, the word for their own personal gain.
Leadership goes unchecked. When institutions meant to serve the needy end up exploiting them. What you saw in that first clip was a pastor shutting his church doors and not allowing his members to leave until they donated $20. Like he physically said, you cannot get out of here until you give us $20. And I find that the fact he did this is so insane because you never know someone's financial situation. A lot of times people go to these religious, spiritual institutions because they're financially struggling. Their accounts might be... Did this is so insane because you never know someone's financial situation. A lot of times people go to these religious, spiritual institutions because they're financially struggling. Their accounts might be overdrawn. They might not have that $20. Some of their members might have been at church that day.
And they still try to help.
Because they wanted to pray for a blessing. So now, even though they may have came to the church looking for blessing or financial relief, they're gonna end up leaving the church with less money than they came in with. And if they just happen to, let's say, not have that amount, now they're exposed and humiliated in front of everyone. And the fact that it's such a meager amount of $20 is kind of a double-edged sword. Because yes, it's affordable, but for the few who might not have it, it makes them look even worse. Because we can understand if you can't give $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, but
like, who the hell is even giving them birthday? Well, it's like a special event where like the church is going like, let's say basically, it's the landlord wants money or some or of the rent. Yeah, that's valid.
$20? That's like lunch money. Even though this is a meager amount, if you grew up poor, there were moments where $20 was all you had to your name. There were moments when your parents didn't even have $20. I'm talking like collecting quarters, recycling bottles, just to piece together some spare change to make it through the day. And the crazy thing is, $20 wasn't all they requested from the attendees that day. They asked them for more money earlier.
Any speaker that they bring in, they ask them to take up what they would call a sacrificial offering at the end of that ministry moment.
I'm not like tight.
It is volunteer. You know, you're not pressured to give.
Asking your ushers to close the doors until they paid.
Okay, that too. Like, why the hell would he even do that? Like, bro, did he not like think ahead? Close them doors. Ushers, close them doors. Yeah, everyone was memeing that shit like months ago.
Isn't pressuring? He really just sat there and told this bold-faced lie? Isn't lying a sin?
I was just doing what the presiding bishop asked me to do.
Of course, the response is to shift blame.
And because the initial ask earlier in that service was sizable, I tried to keep it as minimal as possible.
The initial ask was sizable.
Wasn't it like $1,000, something like that? Did you hear that when I was listening or watching a video? $1,000 right there. $1,000. People online
so you guys
too.
are asking for donations multiple times in one event, and I'm scared to even ask how much this sizable ask was.
And no one was kept in there against their will.
You literally said close the doors. So basically, that's like nobody should leave. That's basically what I mean, right? No one should leave.
Everybody that was there because they wanted to be there. And this is normal.
This is normal? When did religion become this transactional? Has it always?
It's the prosperity teachers. Distort the word.
Always been this expensive to be a Christian? It can be easy to be a Christian in this economy. This isn't even the first occurrence of a church leader coming off as entitled, greedy, and just plain evil. There's literally whole compilations out there of this stuff.
God wanted him to have Tyler Perry's jet.
How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business.
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen.
Why does a religious leader own a private?
Like, bro, it's flying around the whole country just for what? What do you need to fly around the country for? Actually, maybe he has like 3 different shit. Bro, can you just fly regularly? Like, what? Ain't nobody want your head. They're not like coming for you.
Jet. We're talking multiple millions of dollars to own and operate one regularly.
I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
And watch how he proceeds to stall for time, looking for ways to avoid answering her question.
Certainly. Well, if you'd like to come out here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listen to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah. Now, thank you, Lord. Help me. Let me pray this.
I mean, he is trying to do anything to slither himself out of this situation.
Well, let me just ask you a really simple question. A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around.
They can make money. That would still be weird, but like still, at least you're doing something productive for everyone or something like that. But you're not even supposed to use that money you're getting. The only thing you're supposed to be using it is just for the building. Nothing else. Not personal gain. Not supposed to be using it for any personal gain, bro. And my guy is definitely using all of it for that.
In private jet.
What do you need a private jet for? Nigga, fly right like a regular person normally. Like, bro, you're not some type of special person, bro.
Jets. What's your response to that?
It takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have brought over 122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Well, my question then, okay, all right, but I want to get to the demons because people are very concerned about that comment.
Give me a chance here, Inside Edition.
I can just tell from the look in his eyes, bro. Deep down, he wanted to strangle that lady. Because how dare she ask him what he's doing with the money that his
Like, listen, you're not supposed to be using that money for only for the building. That's all.
donors
That's
gave
for
him.
people. Listen, Jesus literally said, basically give to the poor and don't show the
The
stuff.
money that's supposed to be going towards a righteous cause.
Oh,
But
bring
let's keep
people
watching.
up.
I love your eyes.
Do you ever use
So this nigga would try and raising her up. So she's not trying to answer them questions.
your private jets to go visit your vacation homes, for example?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Brief intermission. If you want to see the more fun, laid back side of my personality, go ahead and check out my reaction channel, 40 Shams Live. Link will be in the description. Vacation homes. Homes, plural. So he has multiple vacation homes. And he's using the money from his donors. And he's kind of cutting into your pockets as well because churches are tax exempt. They have federal income tax exemption, state income tax exemption, property tax exemption. Some states have sales tax exemption. They also get personage and housing allowances, federal unemployment tax exemption, nonprofit discounts, reduced postal rates. All the money these churches are not paying has to
Cause I know my church don't pay people, and they barely have money. These niggas have millions, and then helping no one. We're like, what?
come out of someone's pockets. And those pockets are yours and mine. But let's keep watching.
Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Whoa, calm down there, sir. Don't hurt the lady. She's just asking a couple of questions, man. If you ask me, that's the
Don't play defense, bro. Don't play defense.
look of someone who's mad that they just got caught red-handed.
We wrestle not.
Against flesh and blood.
He had to turn back to the scripture because his mask almost came off.
To those critics that say that a preacher should not be living a life of luxury, what is your response to that?
They're wrong. When you go back to the Bible, it's full of wealth.
Okay, yeah. No, it wasn't. They were literally using people. Heal the blind, all this other shit.
And it's full of miracles and signs and wonders. And it's
Yo, literally, let's say I had that's what shit like this type of thing. He definitely makes millions per year, but like let's say I had that. Yo, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like building a whole building. It's like a sky. I don't think a skyscraper. No, it's where people can live. It's a big ass building, bro. Big as hell. And basically, I'm gonna get all the people, all the members. They can live there. The rent is gonna be cheap as hell. Like I'm gonna say like $500 even for like and every single apartment and everything. And it's gonna be extremely tall. That's just the thing. That's all I'm gonna do. Rent is gonna be cheap. 500, even though the whole thing is like thousands. Even though you're gonna be losing money per year, but as long as as long as you're helping more people, you doing that for cheap is literally helping people. They're saving more money. That's sort of
full
stuff.
of goodness.
Notice the order in which he said things. He said it's full of wealth. And oh yeah, there's also miracles, signs, and goodness, whatever. This dude really needs to invest in media training and some acting classes. Cause I mean, could you be any more obvious?
And it's full of meanness. It's just full of hell on earth. Those are the demons, not the people. I love the people.
I hate no
Thank you.
sense. Unless he made absolutely zero sense.
So much for your time
What's your
today. Lisa Guerrero.
Lisa, God bless, Father bless Lisa today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to know her and to her team. I love Inside Edition. I love the people on it. And it thrills me to get a chance to have my face on Inside Edition.
Thank you
I
very
love
much,
you, girl.
Reverend. You have a nice day.
Yo, with how tight he was holding her hand and the fact that he got her whole name, I go lie.
Nice day.
Yo, with how tight he was holding.
See?
I love to know her and to her team. I love Inside Edition. I love the people on it. And it thrills me to get a chance to have my
Get it fired.
face
Next week, oh, she's not working there again.
on Inside Edition.
Thank you
I
very
love
much,
you, girl.
Reverend. You have a nice day.
Yo, with how tight he was holding her hand and the fact that he got her whole name, I go lie, I wouldn't feel safe if I was her. With the type of money he got, he could probably get you gone in a second. But let's keep going.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receive.
Every time I say it's fun to give up. Actually, Jesus, yeah. Yeah, like, not the only time. I say this other times, but like, mainly if the church is literally like going down, like, I'm not gonna, like, how do I explain that? Like, flip. Okay, let's just say, the church is on the brink of like closing, basically, yeah.
Receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
That's greedy, bro. Like, what? That's only, bro, like, you're putting someone on blast because they get spare more. That's weird nigga shit.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
You know, you basically got everyone laughing at it. Y'all here embarrassing shit. What do you gain? Nothing. Ain't nothing.
Hey, if the church doesn't want that money, I'll take it off your hands. I don't think I've ever seen someone complain about receiving money. And just for
Money,
some context,
real.
this church was asking for donations. And basically the way it's supposed to go is the people who were standing in that line were all supposed to donate 1,000 of their own money and then find someone else to also donate 1,000. That's why you heard them saying 1,000 plus 1,000. And mind you, that was the minimum of what they could donate. So some people might have donated 3, 4, 5, or even more. And look, I understand maybe the lady wasn't too clear on the instructions, but the reaction this church leader had, you would have thought that she robbed them. Hearing the crowd react like that and her having to do the walk of shame had to be so humiliating. And he did all this in front of what seems to be her son. I don't think people understand just how much donation money churches receive. According to this Princeton article, in 2023, Christians donated $945 billion. Billion. Not million.
900 billion? What the heck? Okay, that's annually. $900 was lost. Okay, 900. Okay, Christian globally, basically 900 billion. That's 950 basically. If you round it, if you round 5, it becomes 1. So that's 1 plus 4. You see, 950 billion. So if you just do that for like 30 years, no, not even 30 years. Yeah, 20 years, 25 years. The U.S. debt will be gone. Use all that money and use that every single year to just remove the U.S. debt.
Billion, like with a B. And and approximately 62 billion or 6.6 of all those funds were lost to fraud and embezzlement. According to this article by Christianity Today, the Center for the Study of Global Christianity projects thieves will take 170 billion in the year 2050 if current trends continue. According to Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, religious leaders are using churches to launder illicit cash across the Americas. When Eric Zuniga died in U.S. custody in April, he left a rich religious and political legacy in the Guatemalan town where he founded an evangelical church and served as mayor for over a decade. He also left behind a property empire that was most likely built with drug money. Over the years, religious institutions have been repeatedly used to launder money. And I mean, it makes sense why they're using churches to launder money, because who's really keeping track of all these?
Redemption. No one's gonna have like, oh, what is this? What is this person doing? Oh, damn.
Church
Ooh.
donations. Who's gonna question the institution that's supposed to be the pillar of righteousness in the community? That's why you have things like these happening. Singapore megachurch founder Kong Hee found guilty of $35 million donation fraud, or the sexual abuse scandals that often occur. In the early 1980s, Bickle, who would go on to found International House of Prayer in Kansas City, confided in Tammy Woods, the 14-year-old who was babysitting his children, that his wife Diane would die and that we would be together, a prelude to his repeatedly sexually abusing her. The founder of the outrageously successful church certainly felt that God had his back. He had the same vision a decade later when he told his 19-year-old female intern that his wife would die and that they would get married. And you know, with all the money that these churches...
What was he on? Oh, my wife is gonna die and we will live together happily ever after. If you just take my hand, we would we would be together. Like, what the heck?
receive, you would think that they would at least help their community. Okay, the whole community might be a little bit much, maybe a couple families in the neighborhood. Honestly, that might be too much as well. How about 1 2-month-old baby? Meet Nikaylee. So what she did is basically...
She called church only 9, basically, what's it called? Only 9, bro. Not out of 30. Out of 30, how many was it? I have no 30 something. Said yes.
Make a series where she has a sound effect of a baby crying in the background, and then she calls churches and asks them for baby food. Now the series is obviously much further along now because it has part 43 out, but at some point when she was on part 30, having called 30 religious institutions, she received 24 no's and 6 yeses. Only 3 of those yeses were from churches. The other 3 were from mosques and other religious institutions.
There's only one mosque though. One mosque in like 30, is it 30?
But let's
one mosque in like 3.
watch one.
I swear it was only 3 mosques she called. Oh, wait, is she like doing like one time, like she's calling all of them? Another video, she's calling all these. Other one, she's calling much and other things.
So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now, per request, I'm calling Living Faith Christian Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's call them and see if they would help feed a starving baby.
Living Faith Christian Center.
Hi, yes. I was wanting to see if y'all could help with baby formula at all. I have a 2-month-old and she ran out last night, so I just need like a small can because she's gone all day and all night.
What about? I don't understand. You have need for what, ma'am? Now.
I was wanting to see if you all could help with a small can of formula for a baby.
Small can of formula for a baby. Hold on, let me see. Sister Julia's available. Hold on a minute, okay?
Okay.
Honestly, I would have just covered it myself.
This is Julia. How can I help you?
Hi, I was wanting to see if y'all could help with a small can of baby formula. I have a 2-month-old and she's been out since last night, so she's gone all night and all day without anything to eat.
We don't have any formula around, darling. I'm sorry. None. No diapers, anything for babies. We don't have any.
Could that...
None. No diapers, anything for babies. We don't have any.
Could that be something you all could get and I could just pick it up?
No, we can't right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That tone.
That's the what's the thing called? That, what do you call that? That's something. It starts with S, no? S. Fuck. Secretary. That's probably the secretary or something like that. technically you can't just because the secretary said no doesn't mean like all of them will say no. That's the thing. That's what I'm just gonna just throw in there.
So scary.
All right, thanks. Nope.
Mind you, that baby is basically dying. She literally.
Oh shit! Yeah, I saw a video on that. Basically, they need everything. You need to eat every single 3 hours. Do they really need baby formula? Can they just drink breast milk?
said that the baby hasn't eaten since last night. 2-month-old babies need to eat every 2 to 3 hours. It's not an exaggeration to say that that baby is literally dying. At that point, I don't even care if the church has it or not. I'm gonna pay out of my own pockets. That's what any decent human being should do. It's crazy to think that a lot of times these are the same people who are super conservative and super pro-life. So what, are you only pro-life when the baby's inside the mother's stomach? Is 2 months too old to receive your love and affection? And I hate how cold the response was. It's like they just wanted her to get off the phone with them. They didn't even try to connect her with any resources in the community. Maybe help her get in contact with a food bank. All they did was basically say, oh, we can't help, yep, have a good day. Having this sort of cold, heartless reaction to a dying baby who hasn't eaten since last night is insane. And out of all the churches that she called, yes, some of them tried to offer resources, but some of them also just hung up. And get this, from the churches that she called, a lot of the ones that ended up saying yes were Black African-American Baptist churches. You know, you would think that during times like this when the government is cutting SNAP benefits, families aren't receiving the financial support they once did, you would think that these churches would be stepping up for their communities. But that obviously doesn't seem to be the case. Now let's see how other faiths react when faced with the same scenario.
Somebody wanted me to call the Wan Buddhism Temple of North Carolina, and it's located in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So let's see if they would help feed a hungry baby. Hi, yes. I was calling to see if you all could help with baby formula at all. I have a 2-month-old, and she's been going without formula since last night.
Okay, so we're a Buddhist temple, so we don't have baby formula here, but there may be some community resources that do. Where do you live?
I'm like 10 minutes from you all, but I've called everywhere and they just keep telling me to call around churches and stuff like that. And I've called so many churches and nobody can help.
Have you talked to the folks at the Interfaith Council?
Yes, I have.
And they don't have anything there?
No.
Have you contacted Porch?
Yes.
They don't have anything?
No. I think it's because the SNAP benefits or something, but I don't know. Everybody's out of everything, so I'm just trying to find somebody that can help because she's just been going all night and all day, and I don't know.
You know, one thing might be to call the pediatrician office because sometimes they get samples.
Yeah, I called my doctor's office and they didn't have any. They didn't even have samples. I don't know. I just need a small, and I don't know what else to do. So I'm just trying to find somebody that can get her like just a small can of formula. Like I can get to you. I'm just trying to find somebody that could help with the formula. Like I don't need money or anything. I just need like just the small can.
Well, we wouldn't have that, but you know, if I give you something, you could purchase it. You could go to a grocery store, right?
Okay, so this is actually a social experiment.
And look, whether or not they try to offer money right away doesn't matter. They still try to support her and connect her with resources. And something that's being pointed out in the comments is that Buddhist temples don't have the same structure as churches. I'm pretty sure that a church has a lot more resources than a Buddhist temple. Now let's see how a Muslim mosque reacts when faced with the same scenario.
Hey, this is the Islamic Center that was calling back in.
Islamic Center of Charlotte.
Hi, yes. I was trying to call. I have a 2-month-old baby and I ran out of formula last night, and I was wanting to see if there's any way you all could help with a can of baby formula.
We can, ma'am. Where do you live? Do you live in Charlotte?
Yes, I'm like 10 minutes from you all.
Okay. And what kind of formula you need?
It's the Good Start.
Good Start. Yeah, that's fine, ma'am. If you come over here, we'll help you.
Okay, hold on just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Yes, man. Yes.
Okay, I'm actually doing a social experiment.
The interaction took nothing more than a couple seconds. People in the comments are saying, notice how he didn't even ask if you were Muslim. I'm converting to Islam. I might convert to Islam after this. There's a mosque in my street now, couldn't be happier, told my daughter if we're not home and something happens, go there first. America is so propagandized, Islam is beautiful. Charity is a pillar of Islam, they take it very seriously. None of that "are you a member" crap. Some of the churches that she called were literally saying that they weren't able to offer help unless you were a member of their church. And shoot, I understand if it's some sort of super exclusive benefit, I understand if you leave it for just your members. But helping a 2-month-old starving baby, that's where you lost me. And you know what's even more insane about this whole situation is the response that she's receiving from people. The backlash.
This nut is calling churches asking for formula for her baby that she says is starving, and when the churches cannot provide her formula, she blasts them all over social media.
Testing churches is wrong. Test someone on the street. You're trying to give God's people bad reps. Maybe you
Let's see, test from God or something.
should pray a little bit, but that might not be your lifestyle as you are the one who stripped on a pole. Your gay community shall help you. Why don't you ask for your own people? But then again, if they don't ask your strippers. Commas, people, commas, please use them. I think these idiots don't understand that this is an experiment and that she doesn't actually have a baby in need. The thing that sucks about this experiment going so viral is that now it won't have the same effect. A lot of churches have probably heard about this experiment by now.
They're going through doing it now. Can be actually going to help people now. After seeing this.
And they're just ready and waiting by the phone. Probably practice the whole script about how they're gonna help.
Probably already bought all the bottles and stuff. It's like giving out as like, what's the word? They're like image, like basically protecting your image. There's a word for it. There's literally a word for basically protecting your own images. I don't know the exact word. Basically having good PRs. I think that's it. They basically fixing their PR. Using it to fix it.
This lady and her baby. You'd probably have to wait a couple more years and tweak up the experiment a little bit to actually get raw reactions. And you know what sucks is that some people are so filled with hate for certain religions like Islam, for example, that they believe that this whole experiment was made up as a form of propaganda to try to make Christianity look bad and make Islam look good. People are complaining that she called a bunch of churches, but she only called one mosque. But lucky for us, the internet is a very wide and vast place because someone conducted the same experiment on mosques.
I'm wondering if you guys can provide with 1 can of formula.
Sure, you can come into when are you around? Do you live close? You can stop by today. Maybe you can help you to buy it.
Let's call a mosque in Dearborn and see if they will give baby formula. I'm gonna mention that I'm not Muslim to see if it changes anything.
Salam alaikum, Islamic House of Wisdom.
Hi, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm short on baby formula for my baby, and I'm wondering if you guys can provide with 1 can of formula.
Sure, you can come into when are you around? Do you live close? You can stop by today. Maybe you can help you to buy it because we don't have actually formula here, but we can give you money to buy it.
Oh, and is it okay that I'm not Muslim?
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Will you be coming so I can tell the receptionist just in case I'm not here to expect you.
And I mean, some Christians are so embarrassed and having such a hard time trying to fathom that Muslims can actually be kind and generous that they're actually spreading misinformation about Islam. They're literally making up rules that don't exist in the religion.
There's a woman on TikTok who's doing a social experiment where she is calling churches to ask about baby formula to see if any of them will actually help them out. And she called a mosque and they actually would help them out while none of the churches. And this doesn't surprise me as a pastor. And I talk a lot about Muslim zakat. It's one of the 5 pillars of Islam where Muslim communities and Muslims are obligated to provide charity to the community. Churches get scammed all of the time. And so if you think the response to churches saying no to helping baby formula is to tax the churches, we spend $1 trillion a year on our military.
Yeah, so that's not how zakat works at all. Zakat is a formal thing. You can't just say, oh, a mother has asked me for a bottle of baby formula, therefore I am forced by the pillar of Islam.
Good. Wasn't there a baby formula scam, something like that? I think there was one. I remember hearing about it. Well, it was mainly like homeless people though. Basically doing that and reselling it, they're making more money off it. That was a smart scam, though.
To give it to her. Like, you're talking as if mosques don't get scam calls too. Like, that's such a bonkers thing to say. But zakat is a formal thing, so on many levels, you can't just, if a mother asks you for a single bottle of baby formula and then you give her the bottle, then you're like, aha, that is my zakat. It goes towards my zakat, 2.5% after nisab for the year. That would actually fall under sadaqah, which is, by the way, identical to the Hebrew concept of tzedakah, which is righteousness or righteous obligation or righteous act, but it's usually just translated as charity. Like, you can't absolve your church from not giving baby formula to a mother because they're not forced to be kind like Muslims are. That's literally insane. They're not being kind because they're being forced to. They're being kind because Islam teaches that as a value. Churches are not charities, and that is why they should be taxed. There's no reason they should be tax exempt like a charity when they are not obligated to be charitable. They can be for profit, as many of them are. They can engage in charitable activities, but that does not preclude them to be exempt from taxation.
Yeah, so the things that pastor said were basically just cope. Literally just trying to justify some of these churches being greedy and uncharitable. But again, like I said in the beginning of this video,
they're literally not even following what Jesus literally said they should.
I'm not trying to attack anyone's faith. A lot of churches do a lot of good for people. I absolutely cannot deny that. But in a time like this, when the government is so shaky, people are losing their SNAP benefits, poor families aren't receiving the support that they used to. During this crucial time, we gotta start asking where donation money is going. Who's accountable for it? We have to make sure that the poor, the needy aren't being exploited, because leadership is stewardship, not ownership. These religious leaders should not be allowed to use their position for personal gain. And you know, the experiment we saw today of the mother with a 2-month-old baby obviously wasn't real. But God forbid, there might be mothers out there who are in very similar situations. And from what this experiment has shown, churches might not be a place of refuge for the poor and needy. And I'm sorry, but churches have way too much potential for good for us to just let that go unchecked. But with that being said, though, if you made this far, I appreciate you for watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. 40 Shams, 40 World. Love y'all.
Boom.
100 and then she has to